Hello, my dead crew, and welcome to a Gamer Analysis Day. This game is a one-of-a-kind childhood gem of mine, and I adore the fact that PlayStation decided to remaster this game. As you can see, there it is. This classic Goldie is known as, right there in the left-hand corner. This remaster of Spyro is amazing. Oh my god. I've been waiting so long to actually see a remaster or remake of any of these. Oh, and it's just gonna be amazing. And it has all three original PS2 and PS1 games. But I've only played the first one for myself. But I can't wait to see what the other two have in store. Oh, man. This is awesome. But what I'm going to be talking about first is the facts and backstory of Spyro. So if you don't want me to spoil anything for you, then you probably should click off the video then. So, and also this is just a little slideshow that I put together, so I think, yeah. I put this together for the video since there's not really going to be much. I am going to watch the reveal trailer, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I'm going to do that after I get done with talking about his backstory and the games, and also some fun facts. And then, I think to wrap up the video, I'm going to have my opinions on the remaster and the old games. And without further ado, let's get into the facts. Well, this little but mighty dragon has been the face of Sony's PS1 running bear. Okay, hold up here. I said that completely wrong, guys. In my mind, I was putting it all together in a sentence in my head. He's been the face of Sony's PS1, and he's been running barely ahead of his cameo, Crash Bandicoot. And my god, if you did not know this, what is going on? Hopefully you knew he's male dragon. If you didn't, then you're probably using Patreon too much, since that site is just full of weirdos. Where this little dragon lives is called the Artisans. That's in the first game. You get a first-hand look at all of it, and that's actually where the story starts up. It's where you free your first dragon as well. And in this home world, there are much larger dragons than Spyro himself. Compared to the other dragons, he's much underpowered compared to the other dragons, even though in the games they express him being very strong, and he is very agile as well, not unlike the other dragons. So he has an advantage for his small stature. Well, for now at least, until they release the game and maybe give us a little bit of backstory, the only family he has is a little guardian of his known as Sparks the Dragonfly. That little guy on the right hand side, right there. Since this isn't really a battle video, I don't have to mention his attacks as much, but his main attacks are his flame breath, which can be enhanced by a fairy's kiss, and his ram attack, used for breaking stuff, mainly chests and whatnot. and that can as well be enhanced by a kiss. And in later games, he gained many breath elements and other types of power-ups. And even though he's a dragon, of course, he doesn't fly, which is surprising. He glides, hovers, dives, and climbs, but he's good at it, and gets around with the use of ramps pretty well. Must I say, treetops. That level was highly annoying. Even though Spyro is saving all his friends, his personality differs from being smart about some situations to running into all sorts of battles, but he usually wins his battles easily. His most common traits are being courageous, headstrong, eager, and very arrogant at times. His arrogance is a direct result of his heroism, though, because, as everyone should know, he's the main hero of the story. And he's mainly friendly, but his fiery personality gets the best of him once in a while. Like in the first game, when you would talk to some of the dragons, he would get very inquisitive and cocky towards them. But he also doesn't much care for self-safety. And that definitely doesn't help that isn't helped by his lack of caution. But that's all because of his high curiosity, as he likes to go on adventures, as everybody knows. He's went on, I'd like to say 8, but I think it's 7. I don't know. And there's the new Skylanders version of him, which is very weird looking. Okay. And his main trait in all the games is he's very mischievous. Just mischief all over the place. Like, if there isn't a problem caused, he'll try to start one. And then he gets quite cocky in most situations. Those are the main things that cause his problems. But anyways, off of his personality and all that, in his first game as a younger dragon, he was a little mischievous brat, but he did help the other dragons. In the second game, he started to take some time and think about his actions and battles he's getting into. Even though in this game, he wasn't much for dating, but he had his eye on a certain lady named Elora the Fawn. And there should be a picture of that rolling around on the slideshow in a little bit for you guys. He lost this in Ripto's Rage. That's the first. It was at the end, and it was rough for him, but he wasn't much for it. He actually called it a plague as well. But his friend Hunter found love, though, with Bianca the Rabbit. This was, I'd like to say this was in the third game, and these two's full names are Hunter the Cheetah and Bianca the Rabbit, as I said Bianca's name earlier. Like, not that long ago. It is surprising that that's the case, since cheetahs usually greet rabbits with their teeth, don't they? But that's just my guess. You never know what is real nowadays. You never really do. But science aside, Spyro said this was a sad sight. He's probably referring back to my guess, but I should probably quit saying guess since it's a scientific fact. Last is since it's a scientific fact. Oh wait. My God, my brain's just all sorts. I have a final tomorrow, man. My brain's fried. In A Hero's Tale, his personality is again he is much more arrogant than he was in the second game, and he even decided not to help people if they didn't say that they were going to award him with something. Well, why do you think the fairies in the first game gave him a kiss and powers? It was to satiate his ego. But his heroism sticks with him, so he saves the world anyways. I don't know why he just tries to be arrogant. But, okay, now his full personality is out of the way. So, let's talk about some of his abilities. Now, I don't have much to say on this since most are attacks. I covered some earlier in the video, so go watch that again if you missed it. It's probably like 4 or 5 minutes ago. His main attacks are his charge, where he utilizes his horns, and fire breath. Both of these can be enhanced by a fairy's kiss or a power-up gate, as seen in the second game. These gates also give him invincibility, the ability to fly, surprisingly, and that's about it. In game Enter the Dragonfly, Spyro obtains ice, electric, and bubble breath abilities. In another later game named A Hero's Tale, which I should have put this earlier in my head, Spyro gains a water breath ability. He also gains the knowledge to cast various spells and utilize... Oh my god, out of breath. Dragon Kata in the game Shadow Legacy. Mouth's getting dry. I'm getting over I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's strep throat. Just been coughing a lot. Okay, guys. Now is a good time for you to pause the video, go get something to drink and some popcorn, kick up your feet, and relax. Because now it's on to his story. Oh boy. You guys are you even awake still? If you are, good job. If you aren't, I don't blame you. Okay, here we are, guys. In an interview with Sparks the Dragonfly on DNN or Dragon News Network, some facts of Spyro's past are told. Sparks used to crawl around Spyro's egg when he was a larva. During this time, it was peaceful in the dragon realm. However, unknown to the dragons, 3 thieves were running off with 2 eggs. One was a dragon egg, while the other was a dragonfly egg, or cocoon, pretty much. Suddenly, the dragons discovered the thieves who ran off with the eggs, and they had dropped them. The red dragon egg became hot, as if something was on fire inside of it. Spyro hatched out of the red egg, and the yellow cocoon hatched out, Sparks. Spyro's race is an artisan dragon, going by the opening and ending cutscene taking place at Stone Hill, which is part of the artisan realm. Or, I don't know if it's a realm. In Spyro the Dragon, Nasty Nork attacked the dragon realms, freezing all the dragons and crystal statues after being mocked and insulted by Lindar, the guy at the beginning of the game who starts talking. And he pretty much, he's the first one, and you see Spyro running behind him chasing a sheep while he's talking to these interviewers in their realm. And then it cuts to a scene where Nasty Nork fires off a spell and freezes all the dragons, and Spyro's laying at his feet and he says, "Looks like I got some things to do." Kind of like me writing this script. Well, I honestly couldn't do this out of the back of my head for a story at least. But Lindar was one of Spyro's best friends. That's why he was at his feet when he got froze. Young Spyro and Sparks were the only ones Nasty's magic spell failed to work on, due to Spyro being smaller than the other dragons. And they set out across the dragon realms to free the resident dragons and recover their treasure. After traveling through all 5 dragon realms, including Nasty's realm, the former dragon junkyard, freeing all 80 dragons, recovering all 14,000 treasure, finding all 12 dragon eggs, and disposing of all Nasty Nork's minions. Spyro and Sparks challenged, pursued, and defeated Nasty Nork. And sorry about that. I'm very sorry. I swear it was more than just 12 dragon eggs. I swear I got like 30 of them suckers. But that's just what I feel like. During an interview on Spyro's victory, the young dragon remarked that with every good battle, one needs a good adversary. And Spyro revealed that Nasty Nork was a worthy opponent, which he kinda was, because he kicked my ass about 15 times before I beated him. Despite having a misguided nature, this caused the dragons to be trapped in Crystal once again by an unseen character, probably Nasty Nork, and Spyro anticipated another adventure. Sometime later, Spyro treated Sparks and himself to a vacation in Dragon Shores, a theme park in the Dragon Realms, operated by big Norks that managed to somehow survive being inflamed by Spyro, and they've since reformed, which is a good thing. That's about that for the first game, and now we're on to the second. In Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, during an extended period of rainy weather, Spyro and Sparks decided they needed a vacation from the Dragon Realms. I don't blame them. Noticing the portal to Dragon Shores and recalling they had not been there since defeating Nasty Nork, Spyro and Sparks entered the portal to escape the bad weather. Good choice. However, to their surprise, they arrived in a realm called Avalar because the Professor, Elora the Fawn, Zoe the Fairy, and Hunter the Cheetah had redirected the portal to bring them there instead. I guess it was a bad idea. There's Elora right there on the video. After a confusing moment, they encountered a dictator named Ripto, who was enraged that the residents had brought a dragon into Avalar. Probably because it wasn't really supposed to be given, the location wasn't supposed to be given to a dragon. A brief tussle ensued, ending with Ripto's escape into Avalar's summer forest, after his magical scepter fell into the maw of his dinosaur-like mount, Gulp. Sounds very annoying to beat. At Elora's request, Spyro and Sparks visited the realms of Avalar, and recovered several talismans, then pursued Ripto and fought one of Ripto's minions, Crush. After Crush was ironically crushed under a pile of rocks, Ripto and Gulp escaped to Autumn Plains, and Spyro and Sparks collected the rest of Avalar's talismans, and soon followed Ripto. Spyro and Sparks caught up to Ripto and fought his mount Gulp. Elora assisted by providing weapons to use against Gulp. Ripto fell off the battle arena after the battle, and Elora gave Spyro a place to rest while she returned to the Professor to check up on a portal to return Spyro and Sparks home. Spyro and Sparks decided to search for Elora and found themselves in Winter Tundra. There they were met with news that Ripto was still alive and had locked Elora and the others out of the Tundra's palace. Once more, Spyro and Sparks were asked to travel through the local portals, and this time to recover enough orbs to challenge Ripto with. They both succeeded and challenged Ripto to a duel. Zoe informed Spyro and Sparks that the professor was working on new types of orbs, and a fierce battle ensued with both Spyro and Ripto using powers from the orbs for attack. Ripto used one orb to deploy a large mechanized version of his steed, Gulp. When Spyro destroyed that, Ripto used another orb to transform the arena floor into lava, while creating a large mecha bird to help finish Spyro and Sparks off. Spyro combated them in an aerial duel and defeated them, sending him to his supposed demise in the pool of lava. Spyro and Sparks were then sent back to Dragon Shores to begin their vacation. In the epilogue, it was revealed that Spyro visited Avalar sometime after his vacation, taking part in a hot tub party with the chef. I think that's a boss you have to beat in the game. Missing his chance with Allura while riding the Love Boat attraction, and was confronted by the black sheep of a herd of sheep. He botched his chance for love with Allura. Because she was really into him, actually. Going by what the story was saying. In Spyro Year of the Dragon Realms were celebrating an important event, the Year of the Dragon Festival. Every 12 years during this time, the fairies deliver dragon eggs to the Dragon Realms. The dragons celebrated until they fell over from exhaustion and slept for a while. Probably a very long time. While they were asleep, a mysterious rabbit girl named Bianca came with an army of Rhinox to steal the dragon eggs. The dragons woke up to notice their newest dragon egg brood was gone, and found Bianca about to steal the last remaining egg. Spyro, Sparks, and Hunter attempted to stop Bianca, but it was too late. She took the egg back through a wormhole to the realm where the dragons once lived, the Forgotten Realms. Ugh, sounds creepy. Her master, known as the Sorceress, was beginning to lose her powers due to the fact that the dragons, the source of the world's magic, had migrated to the other side of the planet. She took the dragon eggs, planning to use them in a spell to give her eternal life and power. Why don't you just move with the dragons and you'd be fine? Since the older dragons couldn't fit through the wormhole, they decided that only Spyro and Sparks were small enough to go to the Forgotten Realms and recover the 150 eggs that were stolen from them. Hunter insisted that he went along, and after getting through the hole with a bunch of difficulty, because it was a very small portal, managed to help Spyro and Sparks on their adventure into the Forgotten Realms. The Sorceress, along with Bianca, created monsters to fend off Spyro, but he defeated them very easily. Along the way, Spyro recruited 4 new allies, including Sheila the Kangaroo, Sergeant James Bird the Flying Penguin, oh, that's funny, Bentley the Yeti, and Agent 9 the Monkey in the Professor's service, all of whom were being held prisoner by Moneybags. He was on this slideshow if you didn't catch him. At the behest of the Sorceress. Sounds like a bad idea to be at the behest of someone. As Spyro and Sparks arrived in Midnight Mountain, Bianca realized how far her mistress would go to achieve power. She betrayed the Sorceress and went to Spyro's side, releasing Hunter from a trap he had fallen into and opening the door to the Sorceress's lair, using the magic of 100 dragon eggs. Well, that's kind of crazy how the dragon eggs have that much magic to open doors. I mean, probably the Sorceress probably had some demonic seal on them. In a great battle, Spyro defeated the Sorceress. However, she was not killed. He had to recover 149 of the missing eggs as well as 20,000 gems to fight her again in a secret region of the Forgotten Realms. Just like in the first game where you jump on the stones at the waterfall in the artisan's homeworld and you open up that secret flight stage. After taking control of a spaceship, Spyro shot the sorceress down once and for all, recovering the final egg and saving the dragons from extinction. Are you still awake, guys? I'm done with the story. Good, because now we get to talk about something else, finally. The relationships he has with these characters is mutual to a point of no return, pretty much. Sparx has been by Spyro's side forever now. These two are inseparable, although it is a dragonfly's job anyways to protect young dragons in Spyro's world. Hunter is a good pal of Spyro's in many ways, but mainly for having his back in most of the fights that they get into. Hunter feared the rumor of dragons generally because of their size, power, and being described as ferocious. This all changed, though, when he first laid eyes on Spyro, most likely because of his size. Since Ripto's Rage, they have been close friends forever. In the third game, Year of the Dragon, Bianca caught Hunter's eye, and Spyro's friendship seemed dimmer and dimmer. This made Spyro feel as if he lost his friend to the quote-unquote the plague of love, but to his avail, they cared more about his safety and his fight with the sorceress to really care about their own mutual feelings for each other. So his friendship is still alive, and he even gained Bianca as a friend in the process. Spyro met Alora in a place called Glimmer. They soon formally introduced in Summer Forest, probably the second area in Ripto's Rage. Alora had faith that Spyro was the one who was going to end Ripto's tyranny in Avalar. She gave him info and aid on his journey. Once he defeated Ripto, she kissed him on the forehead. But being a young dragon, he cared less for romance or affection. It sounds much like Mario, doesn't it? Like Princess Peach gives Mario a kiss and then she gets kidnapped again, and next game Mario has the same expression when she gives him a kiss. It's kind of like that, but in different contexts. But that's how he lost his chance with Alora. There are many other relationships Spyro has, but I'm sticking to these 3 games only since it's about the remastered games, which is first one, Ripto's Rage, and Year of the Dragon. That's about it. It would be awesome if they remastered all of them. Oh, excuse me. It would be awesome if they remastered all of them, though. With the story and other stuff out of the way, it's time for some fun facts. Did you know Spyro was created by Charles Zimbilas? Spyro's original name was Pete. Was Pete. Sorry about the voice break. And this was the title of the game in development, and it wasn't going to be changed, but they decided to come up with a different model and name. His color was going to be green at first, but he would blend in with the grass and he wouldn't look unique, so purple was a unique color, and they wanted him to differ since not most dragons are purple. The reason when we were younger that Spyro was awesome was because he was actually meant to appeal to 8 to 10 year olds, much like myself at the time I was playing it. So he had to be cute, mischievous, bratty, unpredictable, and an upstart. But at the end of his development, by the end of his development, he became what we all know and love. In the first game, the voice actor for Spyro is also the renowned voice of Mr. Weed in Family Guy. His actual name is Carlos Jaime Alazraqui. Thomas James Kenny took over since Carlos had other plans and has been the voice of Spyro ever since, and he's actually going to be in the remastered versions as well, which is amazing. Go watch, what's their name? IGN or something? Or IGP? I don't know who it is. But anyways, they did, like, Ubisoft, or no, Insomniac Games and whatnot had a thing with him that they were going to put they went and talked to him about getting his voice for Spyro in these games, and he actually agreed, thankfully. But I actually don't know what his voice sounds like. Thomas also earned a Daytime Emmy Award and 2 Annie Awards for voice acting in SpongeBob and Adventure Time, 2 of the most watched shows I know. Jess Harnell also has some lines as Spyro. He voiced in A Hero's Tale and Shadow Legacy. These 2 games, I don't particularly know if people know much about them, but they added a lot more context, and they actually brought in the higher res 3D look for it since it was a PS2 game. But it was... I haven't played them, but they sound really cool. And in Shadow Legacy, Spyro gets this weird ability where he can turn into Dark Spyro if he so pleases, and then he in A Hero's Tale, he gets all the other breaths like bubble, water, and ice and whatnot. But that's the main things that were in those games. So if you haven't played them, I highly suggest you go play the Spyro series from start to finish, because it is amazing. The Japanese voice actor for the second game is known as Akiko Yajima. Sadly, I couldn't find much else on Akiko since I got most of this from Wiki, and he didn't have a hyperlink in his name, so I couldn't really... I just wanted to go off Wiki since I know most people in there are like either major fans and they dig deep into the game and try to find it. But all props go to him for being the voice actor for the Japanese version of Spyro, which I honestly think both Thomas and Akiko they probably voiced really well together. Spyro always called love a plague. Ironically, his Skylanders counterpart fell victim to this so-called plague. And Carlos Alazraqui and Tom Kenny worked with each other in the Skylanders game with Spyro in Spyro's Journey or something it's called. One played Hot Dog, the character from an actual character from Skylanders, and the other played Spyro for a change. But I don't know, in the wiki it said that they swapped parts, so I don't know if Spyro went back to his older voice in the first game and Hot Dog got Thomas's name. But either way, I think both of them actually sound pretty good together in the games. The first game, I thought it sounded good for what Spyro was, being such a young dragon, and I kind of enjoyed the first game's voice acting, since it was a much easier, settling voice for a younger Spyro model. Until he gets into his older years, in which Thomas probably did a really good job at voicing him. I've never heard Thomas's voice, but I imagine it's good. So, with that all out of the way, guys, now I'm gonna watch the reveal trailer of Spyro, and I'm gonna have my thoughts on that as well. So as I'm going through, I'm gonna put in some words for the creators for the remaster. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right to it and let's watch it. Okay guys, here we go. I threw this in with my slideshow as well, so I have I'm gonna have the full thing on here. It's gonna be slideshow and everything for you guys, since I kinda don't have a good enough phone plan as of right now, but my next phone plan, I swear to you guys, I will be live streaming because I am getting Boost Mobile without 8 out. I am not settling for Verizon anymore, which you guys may actually get some live streams on the PS4, and you're gonna actually start getting some full screen uploads from it, since I can upload my videos to PlayStation and then I can download them on my phone and put them up on YouTube after I edit them and everything on my phone, of course. So let's get right into it and watch. Is this down? Okay, good. I don't want to get copyrighted for sound. Well, I'm gonna put the sound in here anyway, so that was kind of useless. See, the thing with this is the aesthetic. Oh, I love the 3D graphics. They look extremely nice and clean, and just, you know, they look nice in general. I just like the old aesthetic much more myself. I mean, that's probably because that's the only game I played, and I absolutely love the first Spyro game. But I digress on that, because this may actually be really good. Wow, the adventure begins, all scaled up. Yeah, that was definitely one of the funnest things. Yeah, hold up a sec. You see the flames? Like, the flames are just so much better. Like, watch. You see the grass? The grass is individual blades of grass now. It is completely individual blades of grass, and they burn. The grass burns when he spits his fire, which he must be spitting a hot diss track at that thing there, the lightning guy. Same slick moves. Oh, I never knew how to roll in the first game. Same sick burns. Haha, he just melted the sheep. Hold on. Oh, there we are. Alright, that was so funny looking. Just look at the sheep's eyes. Alright. His eyes just get so wide. This level, Toasty, is definitely one of the funnest things ever. I mean, this boss is just hilarious. Hold on. Should be right. Yeah. This guy is just... he's the funnest one out of them all to beat in the first game. It is very fun because of the fact that when you're firing... when you spit fire at him, he just bounces up in the air like crazy, and then he flops onto his belly. It is... oh my god, he's just by far the funniest boss ever. And he's the funnest one because this level is just so well designed, and it's so much fun to play. in the first game. Oh man. Yeah, he just pops out of there. Spyro's like, I'm not sure that should be like that. And then, of course, all the bosses, the chests, everything in here. This is one I wanted to bring up. The swamps look amazing. Oh my god, this adds so much context to it. I cannot wait to see treetops of how they remastered it. Oh man. That level was by far the hardest and most ragiest level, but it was extremely fun flying around, even though I couldn't get anywhere. Like, it was almost impossible for me to get all the gems in that level, but I got them over a course of like 3 days of attempts. Of course, I was a little kid, so every time I would fail and die a lot, I'd say, "Dang it, darn it, why is he doing that?" Like, I wouldn't usually swear, but sometimes one slipped. But other than that, oh man. Yeah, then he has the stilts. Oh man. There it is, guys. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. It's actually happening. Oh man. Oh, this game is just so nice. Oh, I can't wait till September when they release it. It's like right on the day that we go back to school as well, which sucks. Oh, why is it gotta be on the day school starts? But I'm definitely gonna pre-order this. Without a doubt, I'm going to pre-order this. Oh my god, it's amazing. But off of the fact of the video and slideshow and his story and all that, I kind of want to tone it down and talk about what I thought was really nice that they did in these. One, I really enjoyed the fact that they're remaking it, but the older aesthetic, there's nothing that can top the old aesthetic of this game. This game will stick with me throughout my life, pretty much, because it's the one game that I always played when I came over to my dad's house. It was just so much fun to play on the PS2. Oh, it just gives me very grateful nostalgia as well. Like, I can't wait to play it. And you guys are going to be there through the whole entire thing with me, and it's just amazing that I get to do this for you guys. I really enjoy doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do during the day, besides talking my little fuzzy dog. Wherever he is, his cute little... He's got a cute little nose. He's got a nose like Spyro. If Spyro had a small little tiny dot for a nose, that would be my little fuzzy dog's nose. I think he's looking at me under the door. But this game it really brings it back, man. It really does, and I'm grateful that they remastered the Crash Bandicoot ones, cause that was a step in the right direction. See, remastering these old games is a very good step in the right direction. And I honestly feel that Spyro is going to have such a good review rate and all that, since everybody loved Spyro when it was the new stuff on the block. Like, Spyro was, not to put this in horrible terms and don't hate me for it, but Spyro was the cocaine for kids, pretty much. And I'm just glad that they opened up a fresh new beginning for the older games. I really hope they bring back a lot of them. Like, they already brought back Crash Bandicoot. I'm hoping that they bring back Vigilante 8, because that game is really fun. the the PS1 Spider-Man. I can't really remember the name, but my friend really loved that game, and I've never played it, but it sounds really fun, and I just really enjoy the fact of being able to sit here and talk with you guys about this, because this is going to be a very big step for my channel when this game comes out and I'm able to play it for you guys. This is really going to help me out, and I'm very grateful that you guys are always there watching my videos, enjoying them hopefully, and I just adore the fact that I'm blessed with the fact of being able to make videos for you guys. I know some of my videos aren't really that good. Some of them are very crappy, some are very rough to watch, some are kind of on the fence. My older videos, I can see the reason people would hate me for my older videos, like 2-3 years ago videos. I had a very cringy kill cam video go up on about Black Ops 2. Zombies, I didn't really mind the zombies that much, but I feel like that was a rough time for my channel, and I just didn't feel up to it at the moment. But now with my added time that I'm allotted, since I'm doing really good in school and everything, keeping up on my work, I'm able to make better quality videos for you guys, and that's just something that I will always love to do. Simply the fact put, YouTube is the best. YouTube is probably going to be a big thing of my future, and I'm glad to experience it with you guys. So I hope you guys I just hope you guys really did enjoy this. I will be putting up a video tomorrow, so don't worry about that. It's most likely going to be should be a new game, or should it be an older one? I don't know. Right now I'm bouncing around to Just Cause 3 or no, not Just Cause 3. I'm kind of bouncing around a GTA 5 or Terraria in my head. So put that down in the comments what you want to see. Definitely make sure to do that so I don't make you guys kind of upset, because I know that it's been a while since I played those. It's been like it's getting around to a month, I feel. But with all that aside, man, the feels, guys, the feels of this game. I'm just grateful they remastered it, man. If you liked it, okay, my God, I gotta calm down. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button. If you enjoy my content, smash the subscribe button. Hit the bell to get notified whenever I upload a video of any kind. It can range from one of these to a gaming video to pretty much anything. Make sure to comment down below what you want to or don't want to see next. And I will see you, my dead crew, in the next one. Bye-bye.